we are happy to be joined by a colleague in the profession, Attorney Irene Resurreccion-Medrano, Deputy City Prosecutor, Quezon City Prosecutor's Office. Conferred the award as Outstanding City Prosecutor is no other than the Chief Public Attorney, Dr. Persida V. Rueda-Acosta, DSD.
Alam niyo ba kung bakit awardee natin si Prosecutor Resurrection? Prosecutor Irene Resurreccion-Medrano. Siya po ang prosecutor na nag-prosecute sa kasong pinail ng Public Attorney's Office based on Anti-Torture Act and Kasambahay Act ngayon na yun, ano? Saka sa Revised Penal Code for Physical Injuries. Naipanalo po niya ang kaso ng kasambahay na i-detain for 3 years ng mag-asawa dyan sa Quezon City. Nakulong sa CAW yung babae, yung lalaki naman, na-upgrade ang penalty to reclusion perpetua. The case paved the way to the signing of the Kasambahay Bill into Kasambahay Act. Bonita Baran Case of Catanduanes. Okay, siya po ang nakita ko na pinakamagaling na prosecutor at talagang inaaral ang kaso at may puso sa biktima. Ang babaeng simbolo ng Lady Justice. Pakitaas mo nga. May piring at may timbangan. Prosecutor Irene Resurreccion-Medrano of Quezon City, Deputy City Prosecutor.
Thank you, Chief Ma'am Acosta, for the award. I share it with every hardworking prosecutor in the department, especially my family at the OCP of Quezon City. And this afternoon, to each and every one of you, the best and the constant enemy that we have in court, and also the best partner in the administration of justice that we have. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. When I received the invitation of Ma'am to this prestigious event, a lot of thoughts came into my mind onto what I will share with you this afternoon. Just recently, Ma'am Sara was here. She was my classmate at the College of Law, and walang talagang kupas si Ma'am Sara. So, I also heard a lot of message from the esteemed awardees, and just to make it a little different, allow me to share something to you very personal, and it's actually the first time that I will talk about it. Allow me to share to you some personal details of my life that I hope you would draw inspiration from. So allow me to bear a piece of my soul with you, ladies and gentlemen. I started my career with the Department of Justice in 2009 as a prosecution attorney, and thereafter was appointed to Assistant City Prosecutor 4, or what we call unranked in the department. Litigation was really my first love, so throughout the years, it was really my passion to litigate. So throughout the years, and whenever the vacancies for Senior Assistant City Prosecutor or SACP would come up, I would apply. After all, it was not a competition. At the time, there were more vacancies than applications for SACP. But year after year, application after application, and well, all my contemporaries in 2009, and even much younger prosecutors were all eventually promoted, I was left behind. Don't get me wrong, these prosecutors who were appointed and promoted were equally deserving, they were hardworking. But I would be a hypocrite if I don't tell you, may kurot sa puso. Whenever I celebrate with them, I tell them congratulations. But deep in my heart, there's that little envy, nakakainggit, ang sakit. If they can be promoted, why can't I be promoted? But you know, I have to fight my own demons. I had no choice but to move on, and instead of wasting my time discovering the answers to my questions, I just devoted some of my time. So life went on, moved on. So I continued prosecuting cases, appearing in court, being a member of different committees in the Department of Justice that crafted the rules on the recent rules on evidence, the judicial affidavit rule, the continuous guidelines, the bail bond guide, etc., etc. I continued teaching in the College of Law. I handled bar review for criminal law and remedial law. I became an MCLE lecturer for the University of the Philippines. I taught at PMA, I taught at PNPA. I became a mother, I became a wife, and just recently, I enrolled in a riding course and I earned my badge as a rider. I learned how to ride a 500cc motorcycle, flying the streets of SLEX and NLEX. Somehow, when you are very preoccupied, you get up one morning and you forget all the pain, okay? So fast forward, came 2019, it was the year of the biggest vacancy in the Department of Justice. As per plantilla at the time, we are supposed to be 148, and if I'm not mistaken, in 2019, we were just 78. So everybody was up for promotion. Again, there were more vacant positions than applications. But yet, thinking about the exhaustion that I had before, I decided not to apply. After all, I'm very busy with my big bike, okay? May ride pa ako kasama ang mga riding group. But that afternoon, after the deliberation, I was summoned to the city prosecutor's office, and Chief Bimar told me, even if I haven't applied, my name was considered in the deliberation, and the papers are now going to Malacanang, and I have to hurry up and now submit my application. I candidly told him, Chief, masaya na ako, pagod na akong mag-apply. I'm okay. His eyes rolled, and my chief is a man of few words. He just looked at me and said, sinabi ko, mag-apply ka. Bilisan mo at hindi sa SACP, sa DCP ka mag-apply. I am almost offended him when I blurted out, Chief, niloloko mo ba ako? Yung SACP 50 ang bakante, wala akong makuha. DCP, isa-dalawa na lang yan. He said no word and just looked at me, and that's when I knew I had to comply, lest I be branded as the disrespectful or the disobedient one. So the following morning, I complied with all the requirements and went to Malacanang, but I was actually more excited to have pictures in Malacanang than submit my requirements. And after submitting my requirements, I've totally forgotten about it. Fast forward again, after a few months, I received an email and thereafter a call. It was a very quick call. The good lady at the other line is from PMS Malacanang, and she told me that I have submitted old clearances and an old PDS, so I have to update it, and she will be notifying me again for a meet and greet. Okay? So with a sense of disbelief, I forgot to ask questions what she was talking about, but somehow there was a leap of hope in my heart, and I knew that if you receive an email, a text, or a call for meet and greet, you have been appointed. So silently, I complied. Fast forward, that's what around March, came June, July, August, September, natapos ang buong 2019 until the first quarter of 2020. There were numerous promotions released by Malacanang. And lo and behold, my name was not on the list. Ito na nga yung sinasabi ko. No? The pain that died years ago, resurrected. This time, it's twice, thrice, or 4 times the pain. Ang sakit when you have forgotten about it, when you have already let go of that dream. Somehow you learn to redream, you learn to pray again, you learn to hope again, and yet you can't get through. But what choice do I have? So again, I have to fight my own demons, and I have to program myself and said, I am not hurt, I am healing, I am not losing, I am learning, I am not rejected, I am redirected. Negative circumstances happen, but only negative people will make it harder. As a fighter, I choose to wake up again unhurt and pretending not to hurt. So when the pandemic came, plans for the career were put to halt until one morning, I could vividly recall that's in October 23, 2020, the city prosecutor standing right in front of me, holding a piece of paper, this time not only with the testimonial evidence, he was holding a document the best evidence rule perhaps, or now the original document. And he was telling me that I have been appointed as Deputy City Prosecutor. If I could be emotional talking about it right now, you could just imagine about it 2 years ago when this time it finally happened. How it happened, I could only say to you one word: magic. The magic of friends and family who continued to dream, who continued to pray for you even when you have given up yourself. The power of prayers, when I have not prayed for it because anyway, walang pag-asa yan, and other people are praying for you. And ladies and gentlemen, the power and magic of waiting. Again, the power and magic of waiting. So to all of you, personal or professional, if there are things, dreams, objectives that seem to be running away as you chase them, do not be discouraged. Cry, feel the pain, grieve if you must, drink, cut your hair, buy a bag, enroll in a riding course, but your spirit should not be crushed. Learn to wake up each day with courage in your heart. And being a POW lawyer, you are headed by one, probably the fiercest and the most courageous woman that I know. There's that piece of courage in you every day. Nurture that, and it will bring you places. Many people will define my position as destiny. Many would define it as luck. But I tell you, if it is the right time, if my God made it happen, if it is your right time, He will make it happen. Magandang hapon po, mabuhay po kayong lahat.
Tagumpay ang mundo ng masa, naghari batas at hustisya. Naghari batas at hustisya.